Hey guys, Jeremy here from School of Wok, Covent Garden. It's a really quick but super tasty, packed full of flavour, Wok Wednesday, and we're doing a Sambal prawns. Don't forget, subscribe, like, comment, do all those things that everyone does online. Special effect. The simplicity really starts with the paste, which has a relatively good amount of ingredients on, but once it's done, everything else is easy. So we've got some Thai shallots, which have been soaking in hot water, and you want to just get everything peeled and finely diced up, ready to go into your pestle and mortar. So I've got my Thai shallots, I've got some dry red chilies which have been soaking in hot water as well, to soften them nicely. I've got some bird-eye chilies, quite a lot here, sort of 4 or 5 bird-eye chilies. Some candle nuts. Now these candle nuts, you could find in a Chinese or Asian supermarket, but if you can't find them, you can swap them out with things like macadamia nuts, or even cashews, anything like that works. Lemongrass, we'll bash that through. Some Galangal, slightly sweeter than your classic ginger. Doesn't quite hit the back of your throat like ginger does. Some garlic, and then this stuff here, I haven't got a huge amount of, but you can smell it a mile away, is belacan, which is basically like a dried Malaysian shrimp paste. So all that finely chopped into the pestle and mortar. I've put a little pinch of sea salt in there on top of the belacan, and that salt will just help to bring out the moisture of all the ingredients. The finer you chop your ingredients, the easier it will be to make your paste, especially if you're doing it in a pestle and mortar. You could, of course, pop this all into a food processor, but I do find that you can't sort of squeeze the juices and the sort of essential oils out of the spices quite as well from using a food processor. With the bird-eye chilies, they are super hot, so if you want to use 2 or 3 rather than 6 bird-eye chilies, absolutely fine. So my paste is made, that's the hard job. I'm gonna just get onto my prawns. I could keep them whole and shell on, but I'm actually just gonna keep the head on, but take the shell off. It can be a little fiddly if you're not used to it, but the best way is to apply pressure onto the top of the prawn, break the legs off, and then just use your thumbs whilst the pressure of your fingers is on the prawn to press down and round. And that way, you can then peel your prawn nice and easily. As you can see from the paste, it's got that sort of pale, almost pinky red colour or orangey red colour to it, and that's from the candle nuts, which will add that great texture and flavour. I'm actually going to, that's quite a lot of paste there. I'm not going to use all of that paste with just a small amount of prawns, but I'm going to make the sambal all in one go before I then finish off this dish, siphon off some of it, keep for later. For any other dishes, sambal is a very versatile sort of chili paste or chili oil. We need a fair amount of oil in the wok. I'm going to get it to a medium heat first, and then we're going to start to create your sambal. Once it's on a sort of good heat, not smoking hot, but a good heat, we'll get that paste in. You're going to get all your spice paste in, and then just turn your heat down to sort of lower or low to medium heat. You can smell that belacan, this shrimp paste, frying off straight away. And that oil, I'm just sort of mixing in so that the paste is frying properly. Now this process is slow but sure, just take your time, and your paste over time will change colour, it will deepen in colour. I'm going to add some tamarind, salt and sugar to it to make the actual sort of base sambal before I then take pretty much half of it out and then finish off the prawn dish just with some lime leaves. And I'm going to use a little bit of this soaking water from the shallots, or you can use stock, chicken stock, veg stock, prawn stock, fish stock, whatever stock you want. Now every home will have a completely different sambal recipe, that your grandma would have made. If you want to make a vegan version of a sambal, then using sort of the pre-fried shallots, those deep-fried shallots, and putting them into the paste will give a nice deep savoury as well. It's important, guys, to keep stirring whilst you're making your sambal. You don't want the edges to burn. Once your paste has gotten this sort of much drier look and feel to it, and dark brown or dark orange colour, then you're going to get some tamarind into there. That's tamarind concentrate. That'll add some sour to the paste. Oh yeah. Let that bubble through. A good pinch of salt. Same amount of sugar. And that sugar will balance out the sourness of the tamarind. Amazing. I'm going to put a little bit of this liquid in now. That's just liquid from shallots soaking away. You want that just to bubble through, and that's just to sort of make it more of a pasty paste than a dry paste. Look at that. Still bubbling away on a low heat. If you are going to add liquid like I am, then it will sizzle and bubble away whilst the moisture's still in there, but you can see it evaporating out. You want to cook it to a point where all that steam goes out of the wok and out of the paste. Just add a little taste. I'm going to add a bit more sugar just to balance out that saltiness. And actually, even with that amount of chilli in it, it's not as hot as you'd expect from all this sort of slow cooking or frying of the chilli in the paste. Oh yeah, that is tasting good. Now, as I say, that's a huge amount of sambal for my sort of 10 to 12 small prawns. So I'm going to take some of this out. I can use that for other dishes. I'm going to finish off the dish now. Really easy from here. I'm going to hit the heat up a little bit, but not too hot. I don't want the sambal to burn. I've got some kaffir lime leaves here. Get those into the sambal to impart some really nice fragrant sort of citrus flavour. And then I'm going to pour a little bit more of the shallot water into my sambal, and that immediately lifts that kaffir lime flavour off the bottom of that wok. Oh. I just want to put my whole head into that, to be honest, because it smells so good, but it will make me sneeze. Whoa, look at that bubbling away. I'll put a bit more stock into there. Bring that to a boil, and then once that's boiling, prawns can go straight in. And just fold that through gently. Oh, look at these guys. I mean, I can imagine sort of myself sitting on the beach cooking this dish, sipping a nice holiday cocktail. But no, I'm at work. Once your prawns have got that nice corally sort of pink, orange in colour, they're ready. So it'll take about 2-3 minutes, and then we'll serve up. These just look amazing. And other than making the sambal, as I say, relatively simple to make. When you've got a paste as tasty as that, you don't really need to do much else. Nice, slow but steady wok cooking. My sambal prawns. Now, I know these are going to be delicious already because I've tasted the sambal itself. And mixed in with those lime leaves, this immediate sort of sweet aroma. I mean, I love my chili. I could drink a bowl of that sambal. The prawns add even more savoury flavour. Asian food always has that base savoury flavour to it. And guys, this is delicious. If you want to learn more, you want to know how to make not just sambal prawns, but all types of Asian cuisine, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like. Now, cooking these sambal prawns is kind of like braising in a wok, but you know, you can cook seafood in all different types of ways. So what's your favourite way to cook seafood? Let us know in the comments below.